as National Director, after that, the week after that conference, I went and I prayed and I said, God, we've heard that about Students for Christ International and going to the nations of the world. What do you want us to do? And clear as a bell, just as soon as I'd asked God that question, didn't hear an audible voice, but whispered into my heart, take 40 people to the Philippines this Christmas. I'd never been outside of Australia myself at that stage. And fairly young and inexperienced, I was probably about, what would it have been, 80, I was 24 at the time. Put on the best clothes I could find, picked up a briefcase, went to a travel agent that same day, and I said, I walked out of the travel agency, I'd booked 40 seats on 2 Qantas jumbo jets. Wasn't sure whether we were going to leave that weekend or that weekend, but God had said, take 40 people to the Philippines this Christmas. We then, over the next couple of months, I travelled around to the Students for Christ groups that existed at that time, spoke with the leaders right around the country and said, this is what God's placed on our heart. We had application forms, had to put in a $300 non-refundable deposit to lock in your place, and there was a certain deadline, which was about June or something like that year. Remarkably, we got exactly 40 $300 deposits from the promotion that we did. In the end, 37 people went. 3 of them, for some reason or other, didn't make it financially when it came to the crunch, but we kept their $300 non-refundable deposits. And then at the end of 1987, 37 students went in groups of 5 to 8 all across to the Philippines, to various places. When I booked those seats, we had no connections in the Philippines. It was just felt, take 40 people to the Philippines this Christmas. Within a month or so of us starting to promote it around the campuses, we were contacted by a missionary in the Philippines, an American missionary, who had heard from someone about what was starting to happen in Australia. And he said, will you and some of your national leaders of your campus ministry come across to Manila in June? And so Paul and I and another guy called Mark Robinson, who was involved with the group in Townsville, said, yeah, we'll go across. And so, prophetic word, book seats to the Philippines, start to promote a trip, get out of the blue an invitation to go to Manila. 3 of us go across. While we were across there, we were able to make the connections for the trip. Also at that gathering were youth leaders and pastors from several other nations throughout Asia Pacific, and the connections were made for over the coming years for us to help 13 of them establish National Pentecostal Campus Ministry within 6 months of that prophetic word. And I seriously believe God, it's the same passion, same heart, same word, same calling. I seriously believe God wants to see it happen again. And again, if we can join the previous graduates with the current generation of students, if we can understand the values that make it succeed, fresh shape next generation, and just see what God does on the universities of our nation and through the universities of our nation, into society, into the church, into world mission. That's the passion that drives it.